just doesn't do anything except farm, allowing one win to farm, and we're going to see both teams' windows activate much later into the game. I feel like that could be a scenario. Yeah.
My deepest. I came a long way.
Su lechita,
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, you are right. I don't think Heroic ever wants to be in a position where one win gets to start all the fights or begin with the initiation on them. They might not be fast enough to react with their heroes. You're going to need like a Tusk with a Blink Dagger, go for the snowball saves. Can you get a free lasso off of somebody? Can you kind of break the fight apart? The more clustered you are, the Lesh doesn't do as much in sort of the Diabolic Edict, but if you look around that, he's got a ton of AoE. Disruptor has Static Storm. Slardar does AoE damage. Tiny does AoE damage. While Heroic are taking the fight straight towards the Slardar, and that is a tag team Tusk. So we mentioned that drinking buddies could be a possibility. Won't get picked up for this particular
ain't no
game.
Snowball fight.
That's probably the reason why.
The stone.
I did want to go and check up the drinking buddy statistic for TI, and there was literally one game where a Tusk 5 picked up that drinking buddies, and it was together with the gyrocopter. So that's why I wanted to bring it up. If you remember that specific game, I think it's an interesting take. But we'll see. No first blood just as of yet. Maybe soon. Oh yeah. Almost doubles the damage from 30 to 50. So far the gyrocopter taking a sizable lead. Slardar's only picked up 3 last hits so far on SSS. Hasn't been easy so far. Kind of expected. Yeah, these Slardars do struggle in the early level. Yeah, they're fighting in both lanes a bit there. The Tiny is zoning out the Heroic members, and at the same time, Dalai Lama did drop to 200. Actually still soaking up hits here as Kasane is actually bringing out the clarity here, thinking about, can I get close enough for a glimpse? I love how a Disruptor is playing so aggro that he's forcing 2 heroes back all by himself, but Kushi is coming to fight for the Lotus. Secure that for 1 win. The other one, SSS, is dying for a first blood for Yuma in the top lane, where they are also able to secure the Lotus, but will continue battling down in bottom. And Mukushi is the target of the hate. That was a Darkseer popping that Iron Shell. But is it going to do enough here? Because Kasane and Mukushi do still do a heck of a lot of damage. Schofield still has 4 Magic Stick charges. Gets the salve out. The Iron Shell's already run out. Mukushi was about to run back to the lane, but it does look like Kasane should be able to clean up this Tusk. It will take a lot of time, though. He still has Snowball, still has the Magic Stick. But the Breathe Fire is going to be too much. That 160 physical damage will finish him off. Squadix getting some pressure from Whisper and from the Tusk rotating in, forcing out that level 2 Diabolic Edict. Not quite enough for a kill. He also picks up the Water Rune, so he'll have himself regenerated back almost up to full.
Got it.
And also, you're not playing with the Stoke facet, right? So you don't have the extra movement speed brought by the Firefly. You'll have a level 5 Sticky Napalm, which applies a stack for every right click you throw in. Schofield might just go down here. Snowball comes out. Dabai Lama's not close enough to save him with a Surge, so they're just going to leave this Tusk for dead. Kushi will secure the kill.
I guess Radiant fortified their structure.
Down in mid, Whisper is also being threatened. Nice dive, and then we'll take him out. Doesn't take too much here with Squadix and Sweet and Strong. Again, the dynamic duo playing well together. SSS. I only got to poke the Slardar a bit.
What have we here?
Yeah, I guess you... Yeah, you can really ramp up your farm with this item. Keeps you in the race with everybody else. Iron Shell Dominator, it's a lot of push. Whisper, he melts. That Snowball is not close enough. It's a good attempt by Schofield, but unfortunately, he soaks up still half of the duration of that Diabolic Edict, and that leads up into a double for the Leshrac. So he's technically already starting to snowball. SSS will take down King Jungles. Yuma is looking for the kill on SSS, but he denies himself to the Centaurs. And that leaves Heroic without a kill, and it's 7-1 for 1 win.
My deepest sympathies.
I cut a path.
Total spawnage.
All in service to imbalance.
Yeah, we kind of brought up the whole topic about those timings for both sides. When are they going to activate? When are they going to get to those timings? And when your Leshrac is already snowballing this early, he's got a good XP advantage. And they're actually maybe even able to take it. They might be able to take this away because Heroic is bringing in the numbers. They take the Lesh down and clean up the streak. That goes for Yuma. Yuma looking for a second. Gets the double kill off of Sweet and Strong. Forces Mukushi back. Flame Break doesn't quite hit on the spot. Can't get the shards to follow. Maybe if that connected, they could have followed for that DK and get a third kill. But very important for Heroic to shut down the Lesh before it's too late.
happening to Radiant's bottom tower?
SSS will find a catch on Schofield. That's a quick tip coming in. Did you notice Kasana is wearing a pink headset? If you see it on camera in a moment, you'll see that. I was like, everybody else, like, you have the same hair color as your headset most likely, and then Kasana is like, I got this cute pink. Look at that.
Radiant's bottom tower's got problems.
Yeah, it's like magenta, where the human eye cannot detect what magenta actually looks like, so it's a very powerful color. Understandable.
Not much good's happening to Radiant's bottom tower.
Yeah, I was about to say someone who's wearing the cat ears, and that wasn't Ame, wasn't it? Yeah. Remember that? Yeah, somebody had that. What we have for you folks, we have some tickets available at Fissure Playground 2, our $1 million LAN event that's going to be played in Belgrade, Serbia on October 31st to November 2nd. Exclamation mark ticket is your command to write into chat, and if you're not in chat right now, you can hover over below the stream, click the banner, and we'll take you to the ticket website. So October 31st, that is 3 weeks from now. Technically on the Friday, because we're on a Thursday right now, but we could say 3 weeks from now. We hope to see you there. As FISSURE Universe is closing out at the end of this week, we get a pre-taste of what these teams are probably going to be looking like when they're in LAN conditions. As we're fighting for the 10-minute rune, Schofield has already taken down Divine Llama. 30 HP, the blood grenade is not enough to kill him. Whisper will get the lasso and pull in Sweden strong. Get a 1-to-1 trade, go in their way. Squadix also popped the illusion quite early into the fight, so that power rune is also used. SSS. He hurts. Definitely on a silencer, but he is also in pain right now. Squadix does get the stun to connect onto Whisper. Schofield's gonna get chased. Yuma is retaliating. Moving in between. SSS is dropping low, but the flag cannon is not quite enough, and the Firefly ran out, so he couldn't escape from the Roche pit. Heroic end up losing 3 heroes. Yuma does clean up one more, so he's 4-0 at least on this gyrocopter, getting away from the rest, but that was a bit unlucky for the bat, wasn't it?
Yes.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower needs some help.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we didn't have the full replay there, but because we're probably fighting here in live pictures right now, because Mukushi getting some pressure off of Whisper. Lasso, bringing in the DK. They also make a DK illusion and isolate Mukushi from his allies. That's an easy kill. No way that one win can help out, so good connection of spells, good rapid movement. And SSS is being pushed away as Divine Llama has actually rotated top to help out his fellow gyrocopter. He's ahead in levels as well. Like I was looking, Divine Llama's almost level 11. Gyrocopter's got 4 kills, sure. But it is the Darkseer who's ahead. I'll deal with the Dominator creep. I'll get rid of the Warpine Raider. Slardar is great on a single target.
What surge is this?
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Radiant Scan connects, and Divine Llama actually runs into this one. The Static Storm is placed, and he'll soak up the full Edict from Squadix while they fight SSS, as he's already looking for the second connection kill. Snowball dodged by Schofield for a moment, but it is going to be 2 kills for 1 win, who are currently averaging more than a
Beating
kill
on
per
Dire's
minute.
top tower. Dire have fortified their structures. Are those cracks in Dire's top tower? Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is gone. Just a cold fog left behind.
Coin for me.
Radiant's bottom tower's got problems.
Yeah, you can simplify things when you get the Blink Dagger on the Slardar and just keep on going from there. But
Not much
absolutely,
good's
before
happening
that
to
Blink on the
Radiant's bottom
Slardar, you
tower.
can definitely make moves happen. You have a Tiny, you have a Disruptor. Don't be afraid to use those 2 supports. And OneWin has
Radiant's
definitely
bottom
shown that they
tower is
are
under
willing
attack.
to make those moves
Radiant's
happen the
bottom
whole
tower
time.
has
And
fallen.
Heroic will try to respond. Global Silence is up, and they've brought 4 heroes top. They also have Vision, where those camps next to the tier 1 tower stand. SSS, can they grab the Slardar though? That is not a blink on the bat. He's still 300 gold short. And the tag team actually, the Bitter Chill, the Init on the Tusk, actually reveals the incoming gank squad. SSS should be cautious though. And he runs straight into Whisper. The Flame Break is there. Good crush coming in. And Schofield did get the shard block, but it's too deep in. They're already rotating. Up the Glimpse. They bring in the Bat Rider. Perfect catch. We'll take him out. Yeah. But I was wondering, why didn't he just throw the shards to block the stairs in the
Dire's
first
middle
place? So
tower is under attack.
like, isn't that something you obviously want to do, like, ahead of time? I guess you want to see them
Dire's
take
no
that
fortified
route and then
structures.
block it, but I guess it could have been smarter to just directly block it. Could be. Straight onto the Dark Seer. There's Schofield to buy some time. There's a Silencer coming in. They're going to be even deeper, and now it's going to be a 2 versus 5. The Llama might be able to escape with the Surge. Oh, nice clipping vacuum right there. Slardar has to instantly TP away. They do finish off the Llama, but Kasane is battling these illusions for all eternity. You kill one, another one takes its place. So this is a forever battle for him. Finally, he looks for that teleport home, as 2 teleports spent. So even if the Dark Seer dies there, he's space created, like we like to say.
Dire's middle tower isn't going to last long. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Got it.
Someone better help Dire's middle tower.
A lot of pinging in, a lot of communication towards the top lane. Heroic, they gotta be cautious because there's again a multitude of one-win heroes. It feels like Heroic has been playing with the 3 heroes we mentioned. Oh, Global Silence, but the Avalanche did go off. And they'll just poke this Tiny. They'll leave the lasso up a bit longer. That is a costly loss, though. Though, they found Squadix down bottom, so maybe it's not a costly loss in the end of that Global Silence being spent, because it does give them a second and an actually valuable target.
going to last long.
Yeah, pretty much. Not a lot of saves, not a lot of buffing items. Instead.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Gyro can easily just build a BKB at some stage of the game, and if you get hit by Corrosive Haze, Darkseer can just always load us up. Keep that Gyro standing until all eternity. It's gonna be a difficult battle for this DK to fight the Gyro. Yeah, I do think OneWin needs to keep up this this tempo. I don't think they should be letting go of what they have right now, because Heroic are about to get stronger and stronger in the next 3-4 minutes. There are big items coming up.
Radiant's middle tower could
Only
use some
be better
help.
off just fighting them instead of farming on the map. It's so weird, right? Because he has 10 assists on this man. Like, he's been in almost every single fight so far.
Dire's bottom tower
But he
is
dies
under
also
attack.
in those engagements as the first hero, so he's been slugging behind because of it. Kasane is spotted. Heroic smoke has popped. Good sharp block there by Schofield. He'll catch Kasane, go straight for him. Yeah, it looks like they're trying to hit the backline. Whisper accidentally pops his smoke on the creep wave as he goes too close to the T1 tower. They clean up Kasane. They set their attention to that T1 tower. Can't go deep into the enemy jungle. Also Squadix pushing down that bottom lane.
Middle tower has fallen.
Those waves
Dire's
cut.
bottom tower is under attack.
Only 1 minute wisdom spawning. There's some pinging going on. And also, this is one of those games
Dire's bottom tower.
where Tormentor hasn't instantly been taken at 20 minutes. They're moving in that direction. Actually, they're moving into the Roche direction here, knowing that they gave away the T1. They just saw them there momentarily, that maybe they're heading to the Tormentor next. They're not defending bottom. Global Silence is used as they bring in the Leshrac. And Whisper will get a solo kill. And maybe with this Roshan interrupted, King Jungles goes down. He's already used the global, so he's got nothing else to give. Heroic might be able to take this fight. Nice glimpse there onto Whisper. Call down. Doesn't quite connect onto the Tiny either. Now reposition. They go there instead. They go there anyway. There's a static storm. Nice stun lock onto Yuma. And Yuma is down. The big damage dealer is gone. BKB from Mukushi keeps him alive. Though Sweden strong SSS. They are badly damaged. Whisper on the side. Gets hit by another Dragon Tail. Pushed down to the low ground. Dies to the Breathe Fire. Divine Lava. Can he clean up that carry? Doesn't look like that Iron Soul might not be doing enough. He's trying to dodge a bit here. Using that Dominator creep to his advantage. Going straight to Mukushi. Burning him down. Down to 200 HP. Just a little bit more needed. 60 HP. Still not quite done with the job. SSS goes down to King Jungles, and they're trying to kite Squadix. They're trying to kite Kasane, and King Jungles will take the fight. Divine is still coming back in. Goes for the vacuum, and with the last word, it is enough to take down Kasane. They'll find the trait there, but they cannot kill the DK, which they so heavily tried to focus, despite them missing their carry gyrocopter. So, King Jungles ends up doing the most damage on the heroic side. Oh yeah. They're going in again. Catching Whisper with a toss, Sweden strong. He finds his 13th assist already. Asane actually has 2 more. He's at 15. Now Roshan is secured. Tumbler Toy into the pit with the DK. The Llama tries something, but not necessary. That Roshan does end up falling quite quickly. I'll just drop the Dominator creeps and the Iron Shells down mid, but yeah, Slardar just cleans up that wave right away.
Tower's got problems.
2k lead for 1 win and holding on to that Aegis. So far, so good in terms of positioning. We do, of course, have a lot of interesting videos and news and content for you guys on Fissure's social media. !F into chat or click the banner below the stream to open the link tree to Fissure's various social media channels.
Radiant's top tower has looked better. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Surviving this with all of your increased damage reduction on physical and magical. There's still a source of pure damage and an AD rune that's also amplifying that damage. In jungles, TP's away. Dodging the first stun from Squadix. Getting away. There's a lasso onto the DK. That's a big target. He's the Aegis carrier all by himself. There's nobody nearby. It will take... There's a blink on cooldown on the Slardar. Trying to go for a long wraparound. And that bursts the DK's form. Schofield. SSS is also very deep in here. Schofield doesn't go for the instant shark block either. Waits for a bit, maybe a bit too long. Yeah.
Look there.
At least one thing that One Win has shown above almost any other team during the course of FISSURE Universe 7 is that they're a jolly squad. They are genuinely enjoying the Dota they play. They have a lot of fun, you know, they sometimes crush, they sometimes throw a bit, but they are enjoying the Dota that they played. I think they share a lot of similarities with Heroic, as I say that. Heroic making a bit of a surprise attack onto the DK, and that's a BKB charge down too, and this time no Aegis to protect you.
Radiant's middle tower shouldn't have to take this abuse.
Get done here. SSS Global Silent Stop Whisper, though he's on the receiving end. He tried to make a solo play, and he'll pay the price.
Sympathies.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Not much good's happening to Radiant's bottom tower. Radiant's bottom tower's
They're very jolly.
problems.
Very jolly. Yeah, it's like any proper marriage, right? You go through the ups, you go through the downs. Some cases, someone might think it's only downs, but trust me, there's a lot of good in those two. Take care of your relationships,
Dyer's
people.
middle tower is under attack. Not much good's happening to
3k
Radiant's
lead
bottom
for
tower.
one win to go with, but these margins have been very small. It feels like it goes back and forth the whole time. DK's on top, Tarkov right behind, and I'm surprised to see a Darkseer still in the top 3. But I guess you pointed out this is Slardar, not exactly famous for farming.
Dyer's top tower
And
is
of
under
course, the
attack.
Leshrac, who had his moments in the early game, he's more of a killer than a farmer.
Dyer's top tower has fallen.
Ping is coming down the bottom lane, and they're going to try and set up on bottom, and Munkushi just TP'd here. This is perfect for Heroic. Totally doable. Meanwhile, they find a target on the side. It's SSS. The Slardar going to get jumped on first. Gets the BKB and starts to go for the run. And Sweden Strong's going to get caught by Davai Lama's wall. Slowed down and taken out. Now they start to put their attentions towards the DK. Pushes BKB out. Global Silence comes out right after. Disruptor can't follow up on it, and Whisper is already threatening the Disruptor. DK gonna get hit by a stun as Yuma. Oh, the shard block is there too. This DK gets saved for a second, but not long enough. Can't get to safety with that Hurricane Pike. And that will cost 3 heroes and another BKB charge from one win. And no mischance.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures have been snow fortified.
That's fine. I mean, they still went perfectly into Heroic's book. They're already rotating down bottom. They're reading somebody's going to defend that tier 2 tower in bottom. If we can get some deep vision while we're going there, that'll be perfect. And they just get the whole jackpot. They got 3 heroes. They get to threaten the area. They get control in here. Away from one win.
Radiant's top tower deserves just as much help as Radiant's top tower has fallen.
I have that Daedalus soon up on Yuma. He only had the, I think he might have had a Daedalus momentarily and disassembled it because he is a gyrocopter after all, able to disassemble almost every single item in the game, and then shift straight back over to the other items that he needed to finish in between.
Radiant's
Looked
top
like he might have just
tower
left that
has
Crystallis
it
in his pocket and started going for the BKB, the Satanic, which is ready, and just the Demon Edge short off of Daedalus. This
Radiant's
Gyrocopter is
top
going to hit
tower
critical
is under
mass.
attack. Radiant's top tower deserves just as much help as bottom.
Sweden Strong is under vision, sees Whisper, gets the jump in first, then Leshrac's gonna follow. Squadix hasn't burnt his BKB just quite yet. Whisper is about to fall, but he got the lasso out. The wall is gonna be placed in between as well. And gonna be isolating one win from Heroic, and now they're gonna be chasing the Slardar. The Rocket's gonna connect. Meanwhile in the river, they're gonna be able to take down Schofield. Finish up the Tusk. Now onto the Slardar they go. Davai Lama holding the fort, and have Heroic holding the high ground position. Mukushi trying to get there. There's the glimpse onto the low ground. The buyback coming in from Schofield. They're not gonna be able to save that Darkseer. Mukushi and Yuma take the fight, but Mukushi's keeping away. Not going to continue this fight any further, as one win are going to float on a full retreat, except for Kasane. Unfortunate for him. A lost soul. Also Robotics not over yet as they go straight for the left track down in the mid lane. Slardar coming up for the rescue, but Yuma still never used that BKB. He'll go for the fight versus SSS. He knows Mukushi's going to be defenseless after that, but there's a buyback coming in from Kasane, and they'll go for the chase on Yuma. He might not be able to make it out. He's going for the low ground, goes for the call down, sets himself a defensive barrier, and they are still retreating on the side. They are so low. Yuma, what can they do? Sweet and strong, trying to go for the toss play, and he misses. He misses the gyro. The rocket barrage goes out. Divine Llama rightfully giving him a tip for that play, because that was a complete failure by the Tiny.
Radiant's middle tower shouldn't have to take this abuse.
Oh, man. It is. We'll get to that in a second. We'll see, as there was that little play from the Tiny failing with that fight. But Roshan is down to 1,000 HP. Yuma inside the Roche pit. Dalai Lama does get the wall and pushes Mukushi back, and they will secure the items. They will lose SSS in the process. There's a ton of items. Yuma disassembled the Falcon Blade. All pieces of recipes, whatnots down on the ground. They'll glimpse the gyrocopter away, allowing this DK to finally escape. But it was a bit wonky there for a second. Yuma's like, he disassembled the Falcon Blade. I'm not sure which component he wanted to hold, but he marked all of the items for sale. And now there's just a random Falcon Blade recipe down on the Roche bits. It's just so that he could fit in that Aegis in his inventory, and he queued up a rapier.
Look at that. Radiant's courier just got killed.
Oh! Look at what Yuma's getting. He has a disassembled the Daedalus, and he bought the Sacred Relic, so he could just make a straight up rapier if he wants to. And he doesn't have to do that right now. He can keep it unassembled. If the fight looks like we can win this right away, he'll go for the rapier, and that could potentially be game ending. There we go. Yeah. This is some really cool gyrocopter play. Really using that init to the limit. I'm seeing him disassemble so many items during this one game. Really taking benefit off of it. Kasane, I don't think he has any idea right now. Might be able to glimpse back Yuma, but only by a couple meters. As Schofield goes in for the dust. And they just instantly crit with the Aghanims on the gyrocopter. The flat cannon side gunner, finishing him off.
Radiant's bottom tower's got problems. Radiant have fortified their structures. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
The relief for Heroic is that Ags on this Disruptor is not going to be up for a while. Plus, there's no Blink.
Radiant's bottom tower's got problems.
Yuma goes straight for the high ground. He'll delete this tier 3 tower.
Structures have been snow fortified.
Forcing out
Not
the
much
glyph.
good's happening to Radiant's
No
bottom
defense
tower.
coming out just quite yet from one win. They still need 20 seconds for the Disruptor. They might just give this lane away.
Fallen. Is Radiant going to let their bottom barracks fall? Radiant's bottom barracks have fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Disruptor, Ags ready. It looked
Radiant's middle tower could use
true.
some
I
help.
mean, it looked like Kasane
Dire
sold
structures are
something
fortified.
to finish it.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower
he
shouldn't
did
have to
actually,
take
yeah.
this abuse.
This is kind of an all in play now.
Where did Radiant's middle
Look for
tower
a fight. Hex is also ready on the Leshrac.
Look what they're doing to Radiant's middle barracks.
They're strong. This is the play. Send him in that. He won't be able to BKB. And that gyrocopter will drop with at least that first life gone. But still has the rapier and the BKB. That's all they're going to be getting for now as the Violama goes for the quick surge. There is no way for Kasane to get his eyes on a glimpse.
Radiant's top tower has looked better. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Well. Yeah. And that was a one-trick pony. There's a 50-second cooldown on it now. They're going to try and go for the gyrocopter. Might be enough to kill him. And he doesn't get the satanic off, and the rapier is down on the ground. Schofield is nowhere near to be seen. And that is a rapier waiting on the ground for the DK. They're going to try and protect it. They are all sitting around that rapier right now. We're getting some content out of this game, aren't we? Who's the strong man? Who is the strong man in your team? That's going to be the DK.
Silently.
I do think sometimes simplifying things could be the best way to look at it. I think he's trying to multitask maybe a bit too much. I mean, look at that. Look at that stun lock right there. It's split Earth into Crush, into Hex, into Nullifier, into Avalanche.
Illusion.
It's just way too much crowd control. I've had my camera stuck in the one-win base for all this time. Munkushi's walking to pick up that rapier now. Some 700 damage DK. Yep. You're gonna have to rely on all of your devices that Heroic has, that this rapier just doesn't end up being their downfall. That is a huge swing. Huge swing towards one win. To have a tool you rarely see on a DK. Usually you'd have something like a Bloodthorn as your 6-slotted item, so you don't have rapier in your inventory that often. Now it's given to you. It could be the worst rapier carry we've ever seen, where he just gets stun locked and it drops right away, and Heroic's able to reclaim the rapier. They know how badly they want to get it back because they're the ones who owned it in the first place. Or it just could end up that Munkushi ends up deleting them all. As we go in, SSS gets the jump first. The poke from Munkushi is kicking in. Darkseer does take some damage, but not too much. Whisper looking for the lasso. Flame Break comes out as well. He's got the Tiny, bringing him in. So Sweet and Strong won't be able to get any of his spells off. He's into a Orchid Silence as well by Whisper. But that Tiny survives only with that Lotus Orb. There's a snowball coming in, and that will finish him off, and they'll trade Schofield for it. Now Divine Llama getting stuck in the river with the Diabolic Edict, and the right clicks from Munkushi. Take him out. Yuma. What can Yuma do? He has another Rapier queued up. He's 900 gold away from a Global Silence coming into play, and Munkushi just chases Whisper. Whisper on the low ground. Schofield coming in with a Wolverine Punch. Big ulti from Kasane, but the damage is coming through anyway. Yuma will clean him up. Munkushi's got an Ultra. He's almost going to rampage for himself, and Squadix is standing in between. Yuma's gonna go for the fight as they hex up that DK. Yuma with the Satanic on, going versus the Dragon. So many heroes. Munkushi rampage, and down to the ground he goes. And that's gonna be a double for King Jungles in the end. You've got a valiant battle. The Dragon slays everyone from Heroic, falls in the process. But Heroic win the fight. The Rapier is sitting in the river. The creeps are tearing the base apart. Kasane has to retreat. Again. You got an Arsonist bat without a shard though, so he can only cap at the what do you need from stacks? Or is it just 20? Oh, 20 is the maximum, right? That's all he's gonna get. But you know, they can get the job done.
Radiant's courier has been killed. What did that courier ever do to anyone?
Vultures. Whisper, he's given the call. He can start becoming a right clicker for the team. Gyrocopter has his second Rapier up in 300 gold, like we mentioned before that fight, but he didn't get enough gold during to finish off another Rapier. So he'll just have to go with one of his own. So that gives the Rapier advantage is lost by 1 win, and now you're going against 2 Rapiers. So please, Batrider, please buy the shard. So I don't actually remember how that works anymore, because it used to. Yeah, you both used to be disarmed. Now it just literally reads on lasso. Batrider cannot attack while using Flaming Lasso, so you just cannot attack anymore. So that's removed completely from the game. But you don't have a stack limit, which is the thing here. Whisper. He goes in, tries to get a bit of poke down to the DK, do a bit of a dummy target damage test. He'll find Sweet and Strong for that. Kasane is 30 gold away from Blink. I think he's the one who's going to run towards it. Maybe Munkushi even. He's just going to have to cut those waves. Heroic, meanwhile, claim control over the triangle and the outpost. We'll have a forward base to TP to.
A gift from the Tempest of Battle.
Straight, trying to go for the Gyrocopter inside the Static Storm, but where's the damage? The damage ain't kicking in early enough, and Schofield is there. That's what you wanted to see, as Yuma will finally get to work with that post-Static Storm BKB, and they clean up 1 wins heroes. 2 Rapiers is too much.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top barracks have fallen. The Dire now has Mega. Where did Radiant's middle tower go? Radiant's ancient is under attack. Radiant just about fortified their structure.
Heroic should be able to take this one. SSS will try and snipe the backline onto King Jungles, but he gets controlled instantly, and that takes the Slardar out. The GG call comes out simultaneously. As Heroic take a game where their opponent scored a Rampage. Just putting it out there. with a dying hit, sure.
Dire team ban.
Tournament amongst others. They instantly go back to the grind as soon as it's over. Heroic maybe had a bit of a holiday in between, shifting up the roster, having Divine Llama join the team, and Whisper going into mid. And we'll see what other heroes does he bring into the mid lane from his off-lane pool, because we've seen the Batrider now. Do you think we're going to see something different this time around, Harry? I would not be against it if Heroic experiments and
10
drafts a bit.
seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, you got like 4 players for the hero. Everybody
Dire
else
team's
except
turn to
Yuma
pick.
pretty much can pull off the
Radiant
Batrider,
team's
so
turn to
we'll be
pick.
okay on that end.
Chen.
We left the Silencer in the pool, and we went for Chen on the side of 1-win. Shifting up a little bit here. That's a Kasane hero right there.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds left. Don't freeze up. Dire team's turn to ban.
Queen of Pain.
Yeah, like a carry for Yuma, for example. Might as well if they feel frisky. Feel like
10
if any
seconds
team
remaining.
were to do that, that would probably be Heroic.
5 seconds remaining.
They surprise people with their drafts. There's 3 Pudge players in this team too. They did it. It wasn't too long ago when they played that Pudge, and they also played it quite frequently in TI. So maybe that.
Dire team ban.
Go ahead. What is the character? Is that I know? I maybe know the anime because I watched the. There's a
10
live
seconds
action.
remaining.
of
Radiant
that.
team's turn
So
to
that
ban.
so that's One Piece. It kind of looks like Kuroki with a sheriff hat. Okay, it's some monkey guy.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Who is that actually? Because is that their manager? That's not Cavs. Oh, it's 1W. Yeah. True. Oh, so bad. Wasn't so
Radiant
bad one of the
team's turn
guys
to pick.
on Namiga?
Dire team's turn to
Years back?
pick.
Dusk.
So bad. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah. Now that I look at this Wikipedia. Right. Oh man. Okay, now I remember. He played with. You remember a team called the Breastamans?
10 seconds remaining.
2017, 2018, the
5
Breastamans
seconds
roster.
remaining.
It was an esports team founded by a football club, the Belarusian Dynamo Brest. So they had a lineup of Nefrit, Cheshire Cat, So Bad, J4, Last Hero, and remember a guy called Pikachu down in the mid lane. You probably played against some of these guys when you were still a player. Yeah, Palantimos was also part of that roster until he went over to Vega Squadron, and my good friend Kips was running that team during that year. Last hero. I mean, I probably knew you were friends too. We've shared a long casting career with Kips, even before I started casting with you. I'll highlight that. People know that. So we went for the Tusk again for heroic. And we're bringing up the Hoodwink for Sweet and Strong. So now if we go for the Hoodwink, what was the mid laner they played with that looked so damn good? Was it the Storm Spirit and the Hoodwink that played together? That was in the group stage.
10 seconds remaining.
Could be the
5
Ember,
seconds
because I can't
left.
remember
Don't
exactly
freeze
what it
up.
was. I'm looking through their drafts right now. So they
Radiant
play. So
teams
they
turn
played
to pitch.
Quap Hoodwink.
Storm Spirit.
Is there some other game? Is there some other game that they played? Okay. Well, I was onto something. Let's go with the Hoodwink and the Storm then.
10 seconds
Expect
remaining.
anything from heroic. Still a support position
5
open as well
seconds
for King
remaining.
Jungles. If Schofield is picking up the Tusk, Schofield. I mean, King Jungles
Radiant
could again
teams
just bring the
turn
silencer and be fine with it, but instead, most likely Davai Lama to play the Night Stalker. Unless they want to play it through mid, they could also do it from the mid lane.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Mukushi Sven. Yeah. Mukushi Sven definitely came into my mind right away when I saw that Night Stalker. Sven is so good against the hero in the lane. Yep. So in that sense, King Jungle's most likely Bane would be a good pickup here because it works well together with the Tusk. We've seen Bane being picked into the Storm Spirit before, the Mana Burn and the Lockdown, and that will also be really good against the Sven because it goes through his BKB, so that would protect the Night Stalker too.
Dire team's turn to pick.
There we go. Perfect. Yeah.
Dire
You
team
probably have
ban.
to shake
Radiant
things around a
team
bit.
ban.
We're gonna go for the Medusa here from Munkushi. Bring in the late game.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I do think so too. That
Radiant
that
team's
early
turn to
butterfly
ban.
could still be a game saver for you, but you absolutely need some stats versus Quap and a Bane. So just having that butterfly alone is going to leave you squishy. Chen can buff you up a bit, sure. He can also itemize to protect this Medusa, make her stronger, bring up the right neutral creeps.
10 seconds remaining.
But they are at a point where Heroic's
5
heroes
seconds
can
remaining.
run down both side lanes through the gate, push one win back,
Dire team's
choke
turn
the
to
map.
ban.
You need a hero that's able to react to those movements because Chen alone is nothing. Chen makes somebody else stronger. So if that pause 3 that they're bringing in, they cannot have a greedy offlaner. It has to be something very straightforward. Maybe
10
something
seconds
like a
remaining.
Centaur is not a bad idea.
5
Something
seconds
very
remaining.
simple. Something very simple for SSS to run. Yeah, this is not a shaker game. He's not the... something greedy that could work, but not that well, would then be the Sand King. But of course, we're kind of giving up on the offlane Sand King idea, so just give me the Centaur. I don't really see another hero that works in that well, because the Mars is also banned. Yeah, and even if you pick the Slardar, you're still not able to protect these towers. You need something that's able to rotate and move around. Even that Centaur, even if he doesn't show up, he has the Stampede to buff
5
them up.
seconds remaining.
Get away. Anything else feels a bit risky.
Radiant
Maybe a
team's turn to
Doom,
pick.
but I'm not a big favorite of that. We're gonna go for the Slardar, so I think we just go straight for Troll on Yuma then.
Ten seconds remaining.
Mm.
5 seconds remaining.
Yep. And what I see quite often also is the Monkey King, right? Because he's also in the pool, and Yuma's played that hero quite a lot. It's in his top 3. So...
Juggernaut.
Choose your hero.
Yeah, you were calling for this jug in the previous game too, so I do feel like it sits in pretty well with the idea Heroic wants to execute in this game. You don't need a whole lot of time for Heroic to just play this game. It's really down to, does one win... Can they slow Heroic down enough so that they can get their game going? Again, Slardar has a weak laning stage. He needs time. The Chen and the Hoodwink surely do fill in some of that space, and then they can connect with this Slardar. We saw how much damage he can do on no armor targets. But Medusa is out for 20 minutes. The Storm Spirit, depending how well you're controlling those runes, against the Tusk and a Bane, not an easy job. This is an outdraft from Heroic, absolutely. Players are still prone to making mistakes. We saw plenty of little mistakes here and there cascade into a full-on snowball effect. Sometimes the snowball didn't even come to the rescue as well for the gyrocopter, costing them a rapier in game number 1. So as we're heading over into game number 2, I think the one thing one win could manage is a strong laning stage with just their individual skill. Let's put it that way. If there are things Heroic are skipping out on, if they don't jump opportunities that they have, they should probably recognize when their timings are in those lanes, when they can make those moves. Some of them are pretty easy to execute, like a sleepwalk into a level 2 spin on a Juggernaut. That Slardar is going to lose like 70% of his HP. That's like, what, level 2, level 3, you can already start making things happen. One win if they're able to dodge 1 or 2 moves from Heroic, or not even give them the opportunity to do so. I can see a way it can get to that Medusa timing that you're highlighting.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
You hurt the ones
It feels
you
good
love.
to be this good.
Anything is possible in the world of Dota. Nothing is ever locked in. Looking at those facet choices, and nothing out of the ordinary.
30
Pretty
seconds to
standard
battle.
facet pickups. Maybe the blade form on the Juggernaut above the what was the other choice that he had? Keep forgetting the name of it. They have blade form and blade storm, right? So sometimes get the Blade Fury can critically strike based on the level of blade dance. Not amazing particularly, but can give you a bit of an
Let's get
extra in the
moving.
laning stage. However, now the matchup you're going up against is not that scary. Yep. King Jungles is already taking the full attention. The pushback is used, and the whole trap has been set up. So SSS is going to start taking damage, but he actually body blocks Yuma there for a bit, and he does get in range for the spin. And that's going to secure first blood for Yuma. One win, never saw this one coming.
The first in this. Axe is impressed.
Trying to position aggressively in this lane. SSS is playing back because he knows he can't give any impact here. How long is Schofield going to wait here? Night Stalker has been given a bit of a chase by Kasane in the top lane simultaneously. SSS, he finally comes in deep, but Schofield can't get an angle on the Slardar. King Jungles, maybe? Nah. Schofield even decides to rotate down towards mid. At least that 2-minute water rune will be taken away, so Quap can take top and Tusk can deny the bottom. We'll go to mid, actually. He's going for a courier snipe here. And that's the bottle from Squadix gone, and into the tag team, killing the Storm Spirit. That is a move if I've seen something. The deep ward in the lane placed by King Jungles early on. It completely bamboozles one win. Like, what is this Tusk doing down the mid lane? And losing that bottle and the life of that Storm Spirit, that is huge. Oh no, is it that back-to-back deaths? There's a TP coming in, but he's stuck inside the shards, and they will kill the Storm again.
Dire's courier got
You
killed.
want to start somewhere, take down the raid boss of one win, and Squadix's game is also going down the drain. The Violama is also level 3 in the top lane, so he's completely fine with whatever damage he's taking off of his Medusa and the Chen.
You get nothing.
He's smoking into the jungle. He's not even going back to the lane. SSS, meanwhile, dying to the spin and bottom. King Jungles and Yuma find another connection, make it 4-0. They're giving the one-win treatment of game one, where they were like, what, 12-1 was the score? Yeah, and that secondary camera shows you right that Squadix he's not even laning anymore. Yep, they're going on Squadix again. Schofield just dives straight down mid with that tag team. Be it level 1 or not, Squadix is an easy catch. Schofield will also get the snowball, so he gets the aggro up momentarily, and the creeps. Maybe Schofield takes a bit too much damage there and actually does end up falling, but Whisper is looking for another off of Kasane. He's got a fresh blink ready, and he goes straight in and finds the connection. That's a double kill for the Queen of Pain, who is now 1,200 gold ahead at 4 minutes 20 seconds. Blaze it on the clock. And a Slardar that also has 10 CS. Both water runes, nothing for Squadix. And now they're focusing top, and Schofield rotates in there for the Medusa. Traps her inside. There's 1 mango and 7 stick charges. At least the Vailama is taking quite a lot of damage. So he has to back away. He's not able to use that Void either because there is the Mind Stealer in between.
Someone better help Dire's middle tower.
Just a question. Do you think... Okay, never mind. Yeah, I think we've... Sure, I'm gonna ask you. So, do you think Heroic is already boot camping in Serbia or in some other country? Do you know where they're located in Europe?
Dire's middle tower isn't going to last long.
Right. Yeah, probably still in the same... Yeah, probably still in the same location. Just look that they have like 20 ping in the game, so they're not in SA. Pressure continues to amount. Mugushi will drop. That's an 8th kill in 6 minutes for Heroic. They're 2k net worth ahead. Nightstalker might have had a rough time, but him and Medusa basically sitting at almost the same net worth, while Jug and Quap are escaping entirely. Yep. Yeah, he's a game changer. Like you could see this Tusk just lane with the Nightstalker and they try to make a couple attempts onto that Medusa. Be like, well, can we kill her or can we not kill her? Nightstalker still ends up suffering. But in every other lane, okay, Yuma's courier was carrying a cornucopia and ends up dying in the mid lane, so he wasn't actually microing his courier properly. 4 players looking at you.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Lama's gonna get some pressure in top as One Win are coming to challenge this. Whisper, let's get the Sonic Wave to connect on Sweet and Strong and onto the Chen, and with that 80 rune, he's doing a hell of a lot of damage. But he will fight this Medusa all the way to the end here. Does have to give away that shrine though to the Medusa. She hits level 6, but Whisper will take this Medusa down and get a double kill. And Sweet and Strong is still in the trees and actually manages to reset the camp, but Whisper, does he read this? Yes, he does. That's a triple. That's a triple, baby.
All the forest creatures die.
He was out of range. We can see it from this replay, but smart move from Tavai. Holds there for as long as possible as the Queen of Pain rotates in so that they don't instantly lose the Wisdom, because that would have just allowed the support, well, at least Sweet and Strong to instantly escape, and maybe Munkushi gets on the run. Strong is in a really rough position. Yeah, out of range. He got the scurry off.
It's time.
Live pictures. Bushwhack catching the Vailama. Yuma is also joining in here, chasing this Chen under a tier 2 tower with the Omni Slash to secure the kill.
Someone better help Dire's middle tower.
That's Squadix level 6, Munkushi level 7. Sweet and Strong also gets a nice Nice
Dire's middle
extra
tower
bit of
is under
experience
attack.
from this.
Radiant's top tower has looked better. Not much good's happening to Radiant's bottom tower. Dire's middle tower isn't going to last long. Dire's courier has been killed. What did that courier ever do? Dire's middle tower just went down.
SSS. It's a bit of a poke here, but with that Guardian Sprint already used, means he does not have an escape. And of course, remember, Tag Team does apply that movement speed slow every single time. So Yuma will get the full duration spin. A ton of damage on him. Interesting interaction there. The Bane Nightmare, when cast and insta-cancelled, actually breaks the bushwhack. Because you're no longer latched on a tree. Yeah. Yeah, didn't know you can also use a walk for that, or Nightmare for that. It's pretty handy. Yeah, 10 minutes in. Have to go look up for some tickets to the Fissure Playground 2 LAN event played in Belgrade, Serbia on the October 31st to November 2nd with the ! Ticket command to our kick chat.
Is judged.
That has to be one of the fastest godlike sprees in Dota history, pretty much. 10 minutes, 9 kills. Absolutely. Like, I've cast a lot of games. I've seen a lot of games of Dota, and there hasn't been that many godlike sprees at 10 minutes, so that is insane.
Are those cracks in Dire's top tower?
Over here now.
Radiant's courier has been killed. They're beating on Dire's top tower. Dire's structures are fortified.
Advances.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Something. Gonna go for the jump.
Dire's top tower
Teleport
is
jump, that
gone.
is. For the Hoodwink, no TP cancel on Whisper.
You know where we're going?
Su lechita y a dormir.
I feel nothing.
They're going for Yuma. They're gonna try and kill this Juggernaut, and they will. Sitting under vision, Yuma disrespecting the dire side of the map that they'd have vision in their own triangle, for God's sake. So, we will give away a killing spree to Squadix. Bardart caught in the sleep. There is still the Fiend script available for the Bane if they find a secondary target. If Squadix, for example, jumps in a bit too deep, as Whisper will still stand on the body of SSS. And there we go. There's no bushwhack for a couple more seconds. Whisper, does he have enough damage? There's another ball lightning jump right on top of the Bane. King Jungle fights to the end. 50 HP on the Storm. He's able to get out. Mukushi is looking for a cleanup here. And now Whisper, you gotta be very careful with your calculations. That bushwhack was already on its way, and he was able to blink out, so that stun did not connect. That would have been a 10-kill streak given away to potentially a Medusa. You don't want that to happen. Reminds me of all the various times I've been watching Davai Lama play in pubs and his broodmother and just looking at his farming patterns. He definitely loves to go back and forth between the lane and the camps, back to the lane, back to the camps near the lane, and continue living there. So he'll not participate too much in the PvP end of things.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
my game is very jumpy right now. It has actually been since the start. So hopefully that fixes things now. Chen being given some chase by the Violana and Whisper.
Under attack.
Golems trying to throw some mini stuns on him, but it's not quite enough. And that's 4 heroes versus the Medusa. You can ulti all you want. It won't even go the full duration. Schofield and King Jungles are still standing there as Whisper gets yet another kill. Now they TP straight to bottom. SSS has got the Dominator. His Mud Golem will scout these moves. They might set up on the Queen of Pain the Illusion Rune. I'm not sure if he popped that himself or did it expire, because it could be possible that it just expired from his bottle, but that is a pretty awkward timing because that's a godlike spree gone. Depends when he picked it up. Yeah, I was thinking it could have been a previous set of runes. It could have been like the latest at like 1359. Could have been earlier than that. Because I can't see the data because I was disconnected. I've lost all the data. So just sitting here and guessing. Yuma calls with the pause. Apparently the players are also experiencing a bit of lag issues, so heroics on heroics end most likely. Storm will also take the moment to reset the memory loss. Always bleeding a bit of RAM the longer your game is open, so makes sense to restart every now and then.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, their comms are definitely showing that, and especially on their cameras. Whisper, who had 12 kills and 10 deaths in game number 1, has already got 12 kills and 1 death in the first 16 minutes of game 2. So he's can only get better. 9 deaths short. Keep up that average, right?
The bodies hit the floor.
They're down the mid lane. We're watching Chen being chased, but it's the Storm Spirit that was the big target that got killed down in bottom. They're going to stack with the Fiend Script to finish off Kasane, and Sweet and Strong is also dying. We're still watching this top lane for some weird reason, because the whole fighting has been going down in mid. Thank you, production, as we're going straight for Sweet and Strong to finish him off too. That will be 3 kills for Heroic.
Dire Snow fortified their structures.
Yep, there's the cliff though. That means Schofield has the back, and there's a Munkuchi coming in from behind, and he snipes Whisper, shoots an arrow in the back of that Queen of Pain. So the trade does take place, and that's 2 kills for 2 cores on the side of 1win. Stardar has the blink now, and we have the butterfly queued up on the Medusa thanks to these
Radiant's
pickups.
middle tower shouldn't have to take this abuse.
Bounty.
Radiant structures are fortified.
I think the whole idea of
Radiant's
full-on
bottom
farming
tower
mode has
is under
disappeared
attack.
completely with Hector. I think he was one of the only ones who kind of showed the way how to do that. During
Radiant's
these
bottom tower's got problems.
last 6 or 7 years, I would say 6 years, SA was always regarded as like the weakest region
Radiant's
by
bottom
far
tower
compared
is
to any
under
other
attack.
region, just because they were kind of like NA. They were a copycat region, didn't have anything specific to their own, so they kind of created this, let's follow the East European meta, let's play it that way, let's play aggressive and fight a lot. And Heroic still carries that with them. You said it in the draft. It's in their DNA to just play full-on aggressive the whole time, which they're absolutely doing. So
Radiant's
they're
middle
extending their
tower
limits.
is under
They're
attack.
probably
Invisibility.
overextending those limits every now and then. But yeah, I don't think it's clowning. I think this is just,
Radiant's middle
classic.
tower shouldn't have to take
They're
this
having fun. They're
abuse.
playing it like a pop. Pop, though, might end up being in a trap.
Radiant's middle tower
See
is
who
under
traps
attack.
who. The smoke pops on Schofield. That'll give a warning sign from Whisper, but they missed the bushwhack. They missed the bushwhack, which was supposed to kill Whisper, and instead they turn around on the Storm Spirit, take him out. Nightmare onto the Slardar. Fiend script to follow. Yuma has the worst Omni Slash I've ever seen, and it doesn't matter anyway because they get the kill. Divine Llama giving chase to Kasane, but there is a double Croaker setup. So he'll use the Tendrils of the Deep to throw in some stuns, and it looks like he actually stole one of those. Actually went for the Ogre Frost Mage. Goes for the Chen, for the chase, and almost got the kill. This bushwhack does connect, but it's too late for it.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Can we see a replay? Can we look at a replay of the start of that last fight? Because I want to see if Schofield with his Quelling Blade cut the tree down. He's the only one in position to do so. Okay, so the tree broke because the storm zapped in. So the storm broke the tree, which the bushwhack was supposed to latch onto, and that allowed the Queen of Pain to walk free. Storm wants to do the ball lightning damage when you connect on an enemy, right? It's so much damage.
Let the fun begin.
It's not a lot of damage. $100 units traveled is 10 plus 0.65%. So he did some 15, 20 damage with ball lightning, something like that. Not a lot. Squadix. How much mana does he have? Okay, he got hit by one, but he won't get hit by another. It's not enough points. Not enough points in the dagger. It's gonna be okay. But it is Roshan time.
Radiant's middle tower could use some help. Not much good's happening to Radiant's bottom tower. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is no more.
Looking for me? Over here now.
They're just hanging in there. Just 2,500 net worth behind the Juggernaut. Given the lead that Heroic had in this game, that 2K lead could have been a whole lot bigger.
Radiant's bottom tower's got problems.
Setting up on a potential fight down at bottom. They catch the Alpha Wolf instead, and they're going to be TPing out. So,
Someone better help
good
Dire's
moment to
middle
call out
tower.
Fissure's social media channels once again. You want to head over and check out some videos, some content before you're going to bed, when you're still scrolling your phone looking for some stuff. Fissure's social media channels, they definitely have some content. !F into the chat. Aquatics at least is able to build up some distance and get away.
Are those cracks in Dire's top tower? Dire have fortified their structures.
Goes her Sonic Wave on the Hoodwink, and SSS will also be left here without any way of getting out.
Double kill!
They're beating on
be able
Dire's
to
top tower.
be him off there with that Bane. Also, fun thing about this game, you're playing versus a Storm Spirit, which the Enfeeble doesn't really affect at all. If this was against a Queen of Pain, it would be very different, because your blink range is very minuscule. Yup. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, poor Yuma. Not catching a break. All these slashes have not worked him. Or just the swift slash, I guess. He has the axe queued up.
Dire's middle tower isn't going to last
Help things
long.
out. Get that quick burst of damage in there. Yeah, you heard it first. Chen is a juggernaut counter with the army. Storm, they had an idea about Storm's location. However, he's already TP'd back home. Heroic will have to focus on that top lane again, but we might see a battle down bottom. Whisper, right next to Munkushi, and the sweet and strong Hoodwink was also there. Schofield didn't want to take a full-on frontal fight. There is some vision in the Dire Triangle once again. Probably Heroic wants to remove if they ever want to get to that bottom tier 2 tower.
Zip zap! Where's the party?
Dire's bottom tower is being chipped away. It looks like Dire fortified their structures.
Yeah.
Dire's
Lots of Dire
bottom tower
glyph
needs
used
some
as the
help.
Juggernauts pushing the bottom tier 2 tower. They've seen all of these moves from OneWin cross from bottom to mid to the topside jungle. Quap has been following them this entire time. Keep those waves pushed in. As OneWin cuts a wave, then Heroic cuts the following wave. And they got a free tower for themselves, and Yuma can continue doing what he's been going on. There's a danger that one of the OneWin heroes is going to get caught very soon as they keep moving in these same areas. Chen is deep in the lane. Schofield sees him, goes in with the blink and the snowball. Doesn't quite get the connection onto the Chen, but he blocks his escape with the shark. He's going to be instant TP out. The Walrus Punch will be there for the cancel. Bane was also trying to catch the Storm Spirit. He didn't have any mana left after that last jump. So he could have been maybe able to catch him if he
Dire's middle
had
tower is under
a
attack.
faster cast animation.
Dire's middle tower isn't going to last long. Radiant have fortified their structures. Someone better help Dire's middle tower. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Yuma will finish off the mid-tier 2 tower, so that's all of the outer towers now gone. Will make it difficult for this OneWin roster to play the map.
Radiant's top tower deserves just as much help as bottom. Radiant's top tower has looked better. Radiant's
It's silence
top
down at
tower
bottom. Schofield comes in from the other side. They're coming through the gate and bringing in the numbers. There is your full-on Omni Slash on Slider. Now there's no creeps in between. Whisper unable to cancel that teleport from the Hoodwink. They draw a straight line down that bottom lane and into the base. Looks like they're planning to go. Roshan will spawn in a minimum of 2 minutes.
Dire's bottom tower is
That's
under
going to start
attack.
applying pressure now.
Dire's bottom tower is being chipped
Dire's
away.
bottom tower has fallen.
There's only 2 melee creeps making their way back in
Dire let
here.
all their bottom towers fall.
Dummy creep that was in
Barracks
between
went
trying to
next.
cut them.
Dire's bottom barracks
Backdoor
have fallen.
protection wears off again. Yuma
Dire's courier has been
don't
killed.
even get hit by the boomerang. It was a bit short by Sweden Strong. Mukushi's courier dies with one of the ultimate orbs, meaning he will not get his Scotty for 3 minutes because he finished all the other components.
Radiant's top tower deserves just as much help as bottom. It looks like Dire fortified their structures. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Okay, jungles.
Blew it!
Add another to the tally.
Wadex is taking some very dangerous looking jumps because Heroic are already on point. They're in a good position to try and catch every time they're cutting. Right now in bottom, SSS again with the Chen Zhu. They keep blocking that bottom wave at least, but okay, there goes Kasane. Quick catch. SSS tried to get a catch on Divine Llama. Dancing around that Slardar, keeping his presence known in top. He might have seen a couple other heroes around him too. Yuma is under vision now, and so is Schofield. They could maybe kill this Juggernaut, or at least the Tusk. They just don't have the mobility to catch any of them. They're not as fast. Especially with the blade form, you get 10% extra movement speed, so he's running like the wind. So technically everybody needs to be as fast. Maybe you need this, maybe you need a second hero, maybe you need a third, you know. Might fall short. Yuma, meanwhile, solos the Tormentor. Schofield was just giving him some mental assistance.
Let the fun begin!
Worthy
There are some scary items coming up as well from Heroic. Make this game even worse for one win. At least Mukushi's courier has respawned, so he picks up not only the Scotty, but the Diffusal Blade. So that's 2 new items in her inventory. As now or never, indeed. Gonna make an attempt. Heroic might not be ready. There's been a while of nothing happening. Jug, smoke, popped. He charges the high ground. He doesn't care. Goes for the Swift Slash. SSS misses the stun as the Blade Fury comes out first. Some chase to Mukushi. Dodges the dagger, using that Manta quite early. Sonic Wave and an Orchid. And only 800 mana lost on the Medusa. Creeps in the base. See if it works out. Sweden Strong to charge in first. Goes in. The tree got cut down by the Juggernaut. So no bushwhack for you. Whisper. Around. There's an Omni Slash this time around onto the back line, and Squadix doesn't even get to disjoint it properly, but Juggernaut getting stunned by the Stone Gaze, and they go straight for the Slardar. SSS is gone. Mokushi, he's in a point of no return, burning up all of that mana, all of those flowers. 3-man bushwhack, but there's a Fiend Script on the Dusa. That takes the Dusa down. King Jungles will be probably the only casualty if Scofield isn't another, as SSS goes for the quick snipe. Numa getting a bit of chase to him, gets hit by the Swift Slash, take the Slardar down, and meanwhile Dalai Lama's got a 3-man silence going on here, and that's onto the Hoodwink, which they will be able to clean up. So that is a 3-for-2 trade, 2 cores down on the side of 1 win, and the base is defenseless. Heroic's gonna take over.
Dire's middle barracks are taking damage. Dire's middle barracks have fallen. They're beating on Dire's top tower. Dire's top tower is gone.
And there's the last buyback. That's the Medusa buyback. Squadix in that silence, and the Omni Slash full duration. He tanks it, and Yuma goes instantly for the teleport back home. They don't need to overstay their welcome. They'll trade to Vailama, but that'll be fine for them. That is SSS, Sweden, and Strong Munkushi all using their buybacks. At least it look, yeah, SSS bought back before, so he's already been on a dieback.
Dire's middle tower isn't down. I wonder where he goes.
Yeah, they rapidly take him down.
Dire's middle tower is under
There was
attack.
almost a sleepwalk. Oh, sorry, there was always a nightmare that went onto the Hoodwink with that high ground ward as the Hoodwink force-staffed himself into the direction of the vision, but just disappeared behind the tree. So the Hoodwink doesn't die back.
Illusion.
So far in the course of this tournament, 1 win, only suffered 2 ties. They were never 2-0'd by any team in the group stage. Tie versus Abulus, a tie versus Apex Genesis. That was, of course, a default win from game 1 for Apex. Where 1 win didn't show up. They were also at that time playing in another tournament, just like today. It's the reason why these guys are definitely very busy. They haven't been 2-0'd by anybody except now Heroic. Seems to be a tougher bite. Oh, they're going very deep with this smoke. They're going in front of the bloody fountain and going for the wraparound. This is something you just do not expect at all. They go for the jump. The Slardar saves himself with the Ghost Scepter momentarily. He's down to 500, and now that that wears off, he should be dying. There's a courier in my face as they take down 2. The Blink Heavy is already burnt on Squadix, but the Screen of Pain is falling. Whisper is going down. They'll get a trade going, but the Storm Spirit will fall, and the Mikushi Medusa dead. That is a sweep for South America.
Radiant victory!